Okay, this is the beginning of a really interesting test. My bike's down waiting for tires, so I rented a Catrike Eola, which is their least expensive bike. It's like $2,000. My brother is riding the Catrike 700, their most expensive bike that we know of. I don't know if a DuMont costs more, but let's just say we think that 700 is supposed to be the fastest one, the most efficient. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna take both these bikes out through the hills of Claremont, Florida, and see if I can climb the hills. And we are gonna settle this. Do you need bigger tires or smaller tires? I think most everybody thinks that this thing's gonna get smoked, that this Eola can't do anything. Good morning. So we're gonna find out today, and we're gonna swap bikes so that we can't blame it on the driver. But first impressions of the Eola, it's very nimble, very light. It's only got 7 gears, I think. It's got pretty fat tires on it. They're all 20s, I think. So nothing about it to make you think that it could be fast or it could climb hills, but it just feels like it's made out of titanium or something. It's so light. Well, here we go. Okay, this is our Eola. Now Steve's riding it. So one thing that I have on the 700 that I don't like on this is that the parking brake is the front wheels.
Also,
which means
your position is you're sitting up much straighter.
Yeah, you can't drag it by the rear wheel. That's one problem. You can't use the parking brake on and then just drag it. So, but so far we've been flat riding and it's been about the same. It hasn't been a big slip. But I want to hear what you think after you ride a little bit. So the question right now is it worth $2 grand more to have a 700 over the Eola? And you know, of course, what everybody says is, what are you going to use it for? And you know, if you're just going around the neighborhood, it doesn't matter what you can ride anything. But if you're trying to ride up a steep hill and you don't have a motor, then it kind of matters what you got. And that's what we're going to find out. I mean, I think it's, in spite of what everybody says, I think it's possible that Eola will climb hills. And I saw a version of the Eola with skinny tires on it, but man, those are some little wheels on that thing. I don't know. It's going to be exciting to see. Okay, so something I'm finding out now. I'm talking to the camera here. So the Eola is topping out. I'm in the top gear I got, and I can't keep up with him when he's not trying real hard in his top gear. So difference is, how fast can I pedal on level ground? I can't do what is easy to do on a 700. So, what? Oh, here's a test. We're hitting our first hill. So the real problem is going to be, can this thing climb hills? But we're seeing it's not as fast. That's kind of to be expected. Let's see how it does hill climbing. Inner hill, first impression. It's not as good as a 700, but it does not feel like you're dragging a concrete block behind you. The bike feels like a good bike. It's just at its limits. So there's nothing about it that makes me feel like it's a piece of crap, it's no good. Just feels like, just like what you might think, it's not going to go as fast as a race car. Okay, just a little bit now. I'm in top gear almost all the time. So if I had something I wished for, it would be one more gear that could go a little bit faster. Maybe that's just a bigger sprocket up front. I'm not really sure. It's going to be, what do I have to do when I have to go straight up? That's going to be my big worry. But right now, I wish I could go a little bit faster on a straightaway. Yeah, this is one of those tricky spots. Thank you. Here we go, the first test of the Eola on a hill. Oh yeah, this is gonna be the one that's gonna get me. Okay, you don't wanna just see my feet? Look at the jump arm. Whoa! I hope I'm not losing my Garmin. The Garmin keeps wanting to fall off this thing. Okay, here we go, and the highest gear I got. My way boy. I only got a couple left. Hope that wasn't it, because I don't think this is the steepest hill I'm ever going to see. Come on. Okay, I still had 3 gears left. Okay, pass test number 1. Okay, next good hill coming up. I'm sure I'll be way behind. He's always faster going downhill. I don't know if it's a toe in or what, but I've always noticed that. Now this hill's pretty steep, but we got to run and start. And here we go. Got a good run and start at this baby. I'm doing says 18. I was doing 18 when I started looking. Okay, so crank it down to the gears. Let's see what this looks like from back there. Okay, making it up. Still got gears left. Pooped out little 700 rider, can't make it up the hill. I guess the rider matters more than the bike. Up the hill with gears to spare. So I'd say Eola's a hill climber. She's not a speed demon, but she's a hill climber. I wonder what happened if they put a different chain ring up front, a bigger one. Never seen one before. So what is that? Okay, so this is the new trike by Catrike, the Eola, and as the one thing everybody can tell you about it, hey, guess what? It's named after Lake Eola in downtown Orlando. So I don't know why that's important, but anyway, the thing that's important about it to me is that it's the least expensive trike they've ever made that I know of.
Have a seat.
It's about $2,000, and it doesn't seem to be something that you don't like. Like, I've ridden up and down the hills, feels like it's good up the hills, not so good at top end, but it doesn't feel like you're dragging a concrete block behind you. We rode side by side with Steve on his 700. Tell me what you thought when you switched bikes.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It rode pretty good. It's not the angle I like. I need a more reclined angle because of my back.
And one thing that's way different is 700 has more of just a mesh seat. This is a padded seat. It is way more upright. Your legs are out straight. We noticed that on the Catrike, but the Catrike was extremely slow no matter what. This feels very light, nimble. I'm thinking if I didn't have one, I'd buy this one and soup it up. I could handle more of a larger chain ring in front. Even on the steepest hill, I had at least one gear left. Going downhill, I felt like I wish I could go faster. Like if I could just pedal a little bit more, and I was already over rotating, trying to get going faster. The size of the tires doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I mean, it's got, what, 20s all around?
Same as the 700 almost, right?
700's got a 700cc tire in the back.
But the front wheels are almost the same.
The fronts, yeah, I mean, the 700s come with really narrow tires, but we found out right away that those were going flat and wearing out, so we ended up going with something a little beefier. This is just a little bit beefier than what's on his 700. You've got Primo Comets on there. I think maybe I'd go to slightly smaller tires in the front, thinner tires, and maybe thinner one on the back. I don't like that big old fender, but on the other hand, I don't like getting dirt all over me from the 700 either. Overall, it feels like you could just pick this bike up with one hand almost. It feels very, very light. I like it, so it's not a dog. If money's keeping you out of it, this might be the deal breaker here. $2,000 bucks,
Half the price.
half the price of his 700, and I think you could make some mods to it to get what you wanted, at least in Florida. The hill, 700, no 700. Been too many days on the road, not enough days on the bike. I'm telling you what, man, this little Eola, she's a little hill climber. She likes these gears. Whatever they got in the back for the gears for this thing, I love them. I'm wondering if they could put them on my 700. I don't think it's the same gears.
Oh no,
He says you can tell the difference just by looking. I'm not much of a technical guy, but if something's good, I want it on my bike. And I like the way this thing, it's still climbing when I'm spinning like crazy. It doesn't just, on a 700, it seems like the low gears, you just stop moving forward. Just, you know, it suffers on the top end, that's all. Anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with this thing. It just feels like, of course, one thing I gotta say, my 700's loaded down with crap. This has got nothing on it but a water bottle right now in my Garmin. So it's probably a lot lighter just because of that. We just finished 27.5 miles on the Eola. And we had the 700 out. We rode the hills of Claremont, Florida. Good hill climber, not as fast, but I want those gears that are in the back. What I want to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's what I thought. It's got 11 gears back there. I like that. Those are great climbing gears. I can make it with just these gears and nothing else in the front. Maybe if I had a bigger sprocket in the front, a couple more teeth, might help my top end. I'd like a little, best I could do flat was about 14.5. But it's just a nice light bike. Price right. I liked it. I think this wouldn't have held me back. Going downhill, you were faster than me, definitely. I think the big wheel makes up going downhill on straightaways. I think hill climbing, this one's fun. So it was a fun day. I had a big smile on my face all the time.